Trish just has this big-eyed blink, blink.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get to the shore. Get to the shore. Get to the shore.
Help.
Wasn't
Swim, Gulliver,
expecting
swim.
that.
Anymore.
It depends on how deep the water is. How deep is the water?
Well, you've the city crashing through the portal caused a bit of a tidal wave, and you all end up
Yeah, no,
being flung onto
Gulliver's
the
gonna try
farthest
and body
shore
surf.
of the lake. So
This is.
No, he's not body surfing. Nope.
This is
I'm
unbelievable.
rolling
This is.
horrible.
This. I have no words.
That makes two of us. I. She'll start looking around.
Mm-hmm. And you see that there's quite a lot of people actually stumbling around. Everybody's quite clearly in shock. We've got clusters of people sitting on the grass right next to the crater, and they're just like absolutely in shock. You've got injured people trying to find somewhere to get some help. You've got people sort of wandering around shouting for members of their family.
God.
And
We'll try to help.
Yeah.
it's
not very good.
it's all a bit chaotic.
Triss
Magna
is
tries to help some
focusing-
injured people.
Triss is focusing to see if she can see anybody looking smug.
Okay.
That's what she
Roll
would do.
Perception, please.
Rex at that point will pop out of the jar to the nearest spot available and glances around and goes, "Oh. Oh, dang."
An old woman has a heart attack because you popped up out of nowhere.
He's the only one who's dry since he didn't have to swim.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's just like, "Oh, that's no good."
So
And just as a brief count of everyone who's present.
Okay, so Triss, you're looking around, just trying to see if there's anybody kind of, as you say, looking maybe smug or
Or
relaxed.
self-satisfied, or
Self-satisfied.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, there's nobody around like that. They're all clearly victims of whatever's just happened.
Lots of children and old people.
And what you also notice is that there's a big, quite a large group forming around Magna, who is it seems trying to heal everybody one by one. And so
Pass it
everybody's
out.
like coming, like they've all realised that there's a healer over here who can help them, and so they're all kind of slowly walking over across to where Magna is, and
I need you to
Magna's
heal me.
suddenly
I've
the
jammed
centre
my
of attention.
pinky. I've jammed my pinky. Heal me.
Yeah, you've got people coming up to you, go, I bumped my elbow.
Magna triages them and looks for the ones that
Okay.
are hurt the worst.
Yeah.
This is a catastrophe. What are we to do? I do not have any answers.
Right now, I think the best we can do is any threat assessment and then find a place just to rest. We can figure out what we
Were
can
there-
do.
Were there any
Yeah,
outlying
amazing.
buildings or farms left?
Yeah, there's a few that are still dotted about, which are kind of the homesteads and farms and crofts and that sort of thing, and they're largely untouched. And there's people kind of making their way towards them, and they're kind of gravitating towards anywhere that's like could be safe and sheltered and that. So yeah, there are a few around.
Yeah,
What?
Triss is not heading towards one of those, but she figures are going to be like super overrun.
Yeah.
She's looking for basically a clearer patch of land. She's got a tent and just a little ways away from everything
Okay.
to give them some space.
Yeah.
If there's any cards, go over, write them, and give them to the people so they can haul the children in them.
Okay. Well, what you see off in the short distance, there's what looks like a small hill with a copse of trees, which would make quite a good vantage point, and
Deadly,
looks
yeah.
like a good place to maybe camp.
Yeah, she and Vorn will start setting up a camp there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Rex will get caught up on what happened and is kind of like putting some of the pieces together of sounds like the city was the thing being stolen.
All the souls in the city.
Maybe. I mean, souls can be stolen. People do that all the time.
But
But
that
an
many at
entire
once?
city of them?
But
That
there
might
is another question we need to answer. Why were we brought here?
Yeah.
There must be a link to what has happened as to why we find ourselves here. Were we meant to be victims of this? Brought here to fall into the hole, or were we meant to be saviors?
As he says that, she picks up the armor and goes and stares down at. Yeah, why was I brought here?
Magna's
Huff.
totally
He's
exhausted by
back
this
at the
point.
pit.
People keep like just touching him, and he's like, oh, stop. He's slowly just ignoring them, making his way to the camp that Trish has helped organize, and like there's this long string of people following behind.
Yeah,
him.
there is. There is.
They're gonna overwhelm your camp pretty soon.
Seeing that start to happen, she will have Vorn play security guard.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Be a little extra menacing.
Where are we? We're in a grass field.
Yes.
Grassy Knoll.
Indeed. So, last session, you managed to get out of the city before it lifted right up into the sky, and you were able to get onto. You jumped into the water of a lake, and then you managed to swim to the edge and got onto some meadowland. The lake then drained into the crater that had been left by the city. And the river followed shortly after that as well. So the lake and the river are now just muddy, boggy sort of riverbeds, as it were. And the aftermath of the city's fall is fairly chaotic around you. The air is thick with dust. There's rubble and debris and litter everywhere on the ground. There's people lying scattered across the scene. There's bodies contorted in pain. Some of them are motionless, others are writhing in agony. The wounded are strewn about haphazardly. Blood stains are all over the ground. Some of them are clutching at their wounds, trying desperately to stem the flow, while others sit completely still with their eyes wide in shock and disbelief. Amid the chaos, figures also stagger about, their movements sluggish and disjointed. Their faces are etched with a mixture of confusion and fear. They wander aimlessly, and they seem to be trying to make sense of the complete loss of their homes, their livelihoods, and in many cases, their families. The crater slowly drains of this viscous liquid and closes up, leaving no trace that there was a city there at all. As the earth repairs itself, a flag rises from the ground and flaps in the breeze. And that's what you see from your vantage point on the as you say, the grassy knoll between the trees.
I'm going to try and help the people who are wounded.
Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
me too. I will go amongst them, trying to bandage
But-
people and
Okay.
offer aid and all those kind of things.
Okay.
Do we recognize the flag, though?
Do you recognise the flag? It is quite a ways off, so you can't really see what it actually has on it. You can just see that there is one. It's quite tall and it's flapping in the breeze.
It can flap.
It flaps. It does indeed. Yes. So is this after you've had your long rest? Are you all awake now?
Well, if
Yes.
they're just now
Yes.
injured, I wouldn't take a long rest. I would
Okay.
go help people.
Okay.
Well, we were
so-
doing that prior to our long rest too.
Right.
I
Okay.
remember.
Okay. So just to step back a little bit then, during your long rest, Triceria, you obviously sit meditating while everybody is snoozing, and your deity Eshta speaks to you in your mind as you are meditating. And he says, Triceria, you have been a reluctant proxy this many months. I sent you to the jungle to stop the curse taking over Chult and to prove your worth to me. But a more pressing matter has come up. Sadly, I was not able to bring you here in time to prevent what has happened to the City of Light. I thought we had more time than we did. I need you to find someone who we cast out from the heavens. Her name is Zariel. She was a goddess, but she now resides in Avernus. Her power grows daily, and we are afraid of what she might do next. We need you to find her and convince her to ascend to the heavens once more.
Do we get any special equipment since we're going to be facing against a god?
If you can find some, or make some.
I see. Suicide.
So
Got
that's
it.
what he says to you as you meditate.
Did she get like an image or just a name?
Not really. No, I mean you're
Just the name.
Yeah, just
Okay.
a name. Yeah.
All right.
Just like Bob's my uncle. It's just a name.
Mhm.
That's the third time.
Yeah, we actually had conversations about that phrase very recently.
I don't remember
Bob's
where
your
it comes from though. I've looked it up one time, but I forgot.
What phrase is that?
It's kind of vague. Bob's your
Bob's
uncle.
your uncle.
Bob's your uncle. Oh yeah, Fanny's your
Yeah.
aunt. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a
Yeah.
it's a Cockney phrase. Comes from London.
we don't have to start cussing.
I know. Anyway, Chazzus, Rex, you were doing some research, weren't you? You popped into your little jar.
Right. He was
Ooh.
he was researching. Is he still there?
You popped out of your jar.
Okay.
But you have obviously been researching, so you have found some stuff out as well.
That's right. He was doing research on I think the area and the city.
Yeah. You weren't actually able to find much about the city itself, but you did also find some information about Zariel that seems to be linked to the city, although you haven't quite made the connections yet. And what you
Okay.
found was that she was a goddess as well, and that she lived among the gods and was worshipped by her followers. She was tasked with answering their prayers and rewarding their worship, obviously with boons and magic, the way all good deities do. However, it seems that she became dissatisfied, and she spent more time watching the people of Elturel than she did with her duties. She became obsessed with them. She completely ignored her duties. She became lazy and petulant. She saw that their mortality gave them purpose and a love of living that her immortal existence lacked. The benevolent gods the benevolent gods took a vote. They decided that if Zariel was so desperate for a mortal life, that they would send her to Elturel for 80 human years. And she lived in Elturel for that time. She grew up as a mortal would. She fell in love, she made friends, she created a family, all the while knowing that her time would come to an end and she would ascend once more. Eventually, on her 80th birthday, Zariel took her last mortal breath, surrounded by family who adored her and who she adored in return. When she ascended, she fought every moment. She was soon back to being lazy and ignoring the people who worshipped her. She stopped granting them boons and gifts and instead cast evil down upon them. Such was her jealousy at their lives and her longing to be back with her mortal family. She'd had a chance, but unfortunately she'd blown it because she went straight back to the way she was before, and she was making everybody sick, and her anger was beginning to affect. Her anger was beginning to infect El Tyrell itself. And while the gods were deciding what to do with her, she made one of the thunder gods' followers sick, and he became so angry with her that he cast her in a fit of rage to El Tyrell, to Avernus, and she's been there ever since.
So she's kind of a... Okay. No, that he gets it. But for being basically a deity, kind of prissy. Once he gets this information, and the others are tooling about, he will relay that information, basically indicating that they lost control of her and are leaving it up to the mortals to do something about it.
Lazy ass gods. I mean,
I know I've had dealings with them before, and sometimes they don't take kindly to criticism. And this is one of the examples.
Mm-hmm.
Naughty children.
Yeah, she was banished to the naughty step. Definitely.
In the corner. Put the little cone hat on.
The lowest naughty step.
Yes, indeed.
You're in the super timeout.
Absolutely. So that's what you found out while you were researching. Tris, hopefully you now have a better understanding of why you are here, perhaps, and what your task is. And
Finding a fallen angel.
Indeed, yes.
All the fun.
Trying to convince her to go back to the gods. Okay, so you've now kind of woken up from your slumber. You actually went to sleep during the day, pretty much, and so when you wake up, it's quite it's not quite twilight yet, but the sun is hanging quite low on the horizon, and as I said, the scene in front of you is pretty chaotic. So Gulliver and Sir Cottontail, you said you wanted to go and try and help some of the people?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, that's fine. Okay, so there's quite a few people sort of milling about, and as I said, a lot of them are looking really quite injured. So...
We set up like
bubblegum and duct tape.
set up like a triage, almost.
Yeah, okay, alright.
Just to kind of see who the worst off are and deal with them first, and then send the rest off.
Okay.
And try to get some of the other people to help.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. So you do
And
find
advise them
Sorry.
not to, if they start building, don't build where the city was, just in case it comes back, because I'll get squished.
Okay.
There is that.
All right. Okay. So you do see someone fairly close by to you, and
Oi!
she's kind of stumbling around. She's got a nasty cut on her arm that's bleeding profusely, and she's stumbling around.
Put some pressure on it to stop the bleeding.
You will, did you say, Gulliver?
Yes, put some pressure on it
Okay. All right.
to stop the bleeding.
Okay.
Take a roundish rock and put it in the inner part of her arm and tie that to pressure on the vein to slow the bleeding down. Tie it on with a piece of cloth.
Okay. All right. Do you want to do a
It works in real life.
medicine
I'm just
check?
Yes, it does work in...
What? A rock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Putting
You
Take a
stopping the
small
blood
rock,
flow.
just like a ball or something, a
Oh,
small
of
ball.
course. You
You press it on the
ex-military
vein, you
types
just
would know
tie
that
it,
kind of
yeah.
stuff, wouldn't
Mhm.
you? Yeah, of course.
Sometimes all you got are rocks.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, it does kind of work, pretty much. Yeah. So
Or you
do
could
manage to.
chop the arm off and seal it with a hot blade.
Yeah.
Or might be able to seal the cut without having to take the arm, sir.
Well,
I only had
I
a
can see
splinter.
where you're the Dr. Amputee.
she thanks you profusely, and she says, "My name is Keen, and what happened here?"
The city.
It's all right. I'll give her a point of healing.
Oh, okay, all right, and she
You'll poke her with a stick.
Use my lay on hands.
okay. She feels better after that, so that's good. And she still looks absolutely terrified, and she says to you, "No, Mr. Wanderer, she's not keen. She's just keen, Keane."
Keen on
I
all
don't
subjects.
know.
She's inquisitive.
I don't know. I'm just a silly person in my workshop.
Yes, I know you are. Honestly. Okay, so she is looking at you and she is terrified, and she says to you, "You have to be careful. There's something weird going on with the citizens around here." She says, when I don't know what's going on, because when we were in the city, there were these weird flying imp things, and they started spitting at everyone, and all the people that got spat on seem to have turned into these weird creatures, and they seem to be everywhere. And as you watch, you see that there are people turning into zombies.
Oh.
They are
Okay. Now you're singing my tune.
So yeah, basically as you watch, you can see that the injured people are starting to turn. Not all of them, just quite a few of them in your vicinity, and they're standing up and their eyes are glazing over, and they're starting to walk with their arms out, and pieces of flesh are starting to drip from their bodies. Some of them seem to be moving faster than others, and they're still a ways away yet. They're not coming close to you at the moment, but they are attacking other citizens.
Try to stop them from attacking.
How far away?
So
Half the distance to Gulliver.
you're in the trees. Hopefully you can see some of them that I've put on the board now.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can see something.
Yeah, so that's how far away they are. It's like however many feet that is. I don't know.
Sorry for any squealing doggos you may hear.
Let me shrink my screen here so I can see all of it.
There it is. 70, 80.
Okay, so there's only one old guy right now in the middle of all of them.
That's Magna.
Yeah, that's
And I
bad.
actually forgot about Magna.
Of course it is.
He's been out helping people.
Magna was
Yeah.
helping people. Yes, he
Yeah.
was. He was trying to heal people before you guys
Tirelessly.
had a short rest.
Sorry, I can't say tirelessly because he probably naps partway through.
Yeah.
And then goes back to work.
Well.
He drools
Has a
on the
nap
wound.
partway through.
Well, you can see that he has fallen asleep, and he is just laying there, sounds snoring, and being ignored by pretty much all of them. He's just
Okay.
sleeping there.
They just
Okay.
think he's more of the dead.
I think they probably do.
So we're up on a hill, right?
You are,
So they're-
yes, you're
they're
on
also
a.
down. Okay.
yeah.
So Triss, seeing this, she is going to go for the furthest one
Mhm.
and pot shot him from there, seeing that these creatures are starting to antagonize survivors.
Yeah.
So she's going to take a pot shot at the furthest one over here.
And whilst you're doing that, I will dash and get as close to Magnus as I can with my sword and shield out, and kind of screaming my war chant,
Your war
How do you
chant.
measure?
Yeah.
I forgot.
Okay.
which is like "Ah!"
Mhm.
Wait.
except in French.
Yeah.
You've got a little measuring tape, Shank, on the.
Yeah, there's a little mini ruler. Second
yeah.
icon from the bottom.
Yeah.
The icon above the dice.
Each
Oh,
one of
that's
those
fine.
squares is 5 foot, though, isn't it?
No,
No?
Supposed to be.
I can.
Or there may be
could
10.
be, but
They
There used to
should
be. What? I'm sure it was 5 foot for a square, wasn't it?
I thought I
I
had it
have,
set to 5 foot, but I might
oh,
not
it might
have.
be.
It's fine.
Should be.
Yeah,
I knew
it's a 5 foot
set
square.
it to
Yeah.
5 foot.
I've
I've always
thought
done
you
it
said
as
square.
5 foot, so I just
Yeah.
count
Yeah.
the squares.
They're
Yeah.
5 foot squares.
Yeah.
They're 5 foot squares.
Yeah.
But I've got 35 movement, so I can get to Magnus
Mhm.
with
Mm-hmm.
20 feet left. Can I put him in his cage thing on my back?
Possibly. Hold on 1 second, because.
The initiative tracker.
There's an explosion.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you can try and lift Magna if you want. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think everybody please roll initiative. You should all.
I can't move until
Oh.
after initiative. Okay.
Take
Let's
it.
see.
Oh, that's nice. Where'd that dice come from?
Oh, that's me. I have the 3D roller active.
It's so cool.
Purple dice going around.
Mm.
You can actually enable that on your dice.
Mm.
Oh, I do like that. That's nice.
All right.
No, I can't stop measuring now.
You have to switch off the icon.
Ow.
I've got 22. Wait, what? This has gone completely arsed up here. Gulliver, what have you got there? You've got a 14, so that one's fine. Rex, you're 11, that one's fine. Triss, you're 22. So Cottontail is 9. Oh goodness me, what have you done?
I know, right?
And Shank, you're already on there, aren't you? Yeah, so that one
Yeah,
for some reason
but
is
I'm
on
not
there.
figuring out how to turn the measuring thing off.
Oh, just click on the second icon from the top, Shank.
Okay.
Right, okay. Have you put yourself on the turn order as well, Mikey?
Hmm?
Have you put yourself on the turn order as well?
But
You
I'm not
still
here.
need to hit initiative.
Oh, okay.
Even if you're not going to be participating, you still need to hit initiative.
Did
Yeah.
a little... Oh, didn't I get a little dice? What? Settings, graphics, enable 3D for...
No, it's actually a dice options, not graphics. Sorry. Enable 3D dice.
I like that. That's nice.
Yeah, you can automatically roll 3D dice, enable 3D dice. It's cool. One dice.
Oh, nice.
It's
60.
cute.
Okay. It does. It kind of makes it a bit fun, doesn't it?
It
Yeah.
does. It's
And it
nice.
makes a little the happy goblin rocks noise when it goes across.
Yeah. It's cool. All right. Okay. So Triss, you were going to take a pot shot
Yes.
at the
I'm
farthest
going to
goblin. Goblin. The
Eldritch
farthest one.
blast the booger from afar.
Ew, you're throwing boogers?
Mhm.
Oh, I need to move back there, don't I?
Ooh,
That is something
hello.
a demon would
Okay,
do.
I rolled a
Yep. That's,
24.
that's definitely a hit.
Damn it. Is it
7.
doing
Okay.
what's my dice? It did not add my. God damn it! I hate it when it keeps doing this.
Language.
Yes. I have to fix that, but it's there's extra with that because of my charisma.
Oh, and that was a crit,
Add
wasn't it?
+4. No, it wasn't a crit.
No. Oh no,
It
it's
just
a
did not add
17.
It did not add +4 damage to it. It's supposed to
Right,
add.
okay.
So it should be 11 damage.
Okay,
I need to fix the spell again.
that's fine.
Periodically does that for some weird
Mm.
reason.
Where are we? Okay. Right. Okay. All right. So you've done a little bit of damage to it. It takes a hit in the shoulder, and it looks like it takes the shoulder blade clean off. But its arm is dangling by a couple of threads now, but it is still kind of lurching around with with its arm dangling
Ignore this
from
roll.
a few
I'm just
tendons.
testing to see if it worked this time.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Now it added my bonus. Okay, perfect.
Okay, you got a 7 again though, so
No,
didn't
yeah,
roll
that was
too
that
well.
was total. Yeah, we got
yeah.
Great.
Didn't roll that well that time. Okay.
But
All
at
right.
least it's showing the modifier.
I haven't actually put them on the turn order. Oopsie. I'll put those 3 on that one, and then. There we go, that's better. Okay, so it looks like it's the zombies' turn now.
Oh.
Uh-uh. They're slow.
Yeah, sorry, no it is. Yeah. Okay, so there's a zombie over here, and it's going to move towards Magna until it's standing over him, and it's kind of dribbling down on Magna at the same time as Magna's dribbling into his own beard. And he's just kind of looking down at Magna, and yeah, that's his turn. That's what he's
Easy
going to do.
target.
The other ones, because I'm putting them all on the same turn order, it makes it much quicker.
Yeah.
The other ones are just, one of them is going to move towards the copse of trees where there is a strange person hiding. And then...
Does he look bald and have a little beard?
They're basically just going to start moving towards you guys. Because you have taken you've caught their attention now, so they're no longer chasing the citizens around. They are now laser focused on you.